Doo-doo-doo-doo. Alrighty.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Huh. Alright. What do we got going on here? Mesoscale discussion. Nothing too wild. Let's get these fixed up here. Lots of storms up north here. Let's put these in motion. Focused here. And then we're gonna do
Attention, a new special weather statement has been issued.
Got some storms down south here. These storms are moving in an interesting direction. Huh. Okay. There we go.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Hey, what's up, Brandon? Brenda. Nightwolf from Dora, Alabama. Sadie. Oh, I got my hat right here just in case I feel like putting it on. You know what I mean? I have to show people that I actually have hair, you know? That I'm not hat fishing everyone. These are my luscious locks, okay?
New information. This severe
Don't look at the crown of my head. I think it's beginning to go. What's going on, Brandy? Morgan? Well, let's people get in here and then we'll get started. Can you guys hear the music? I feel like it's loud. I feel like it's really pumping tonight. Is Minnesota expecting any tornadoes tonight? It's possible. If we do get one, it's probably going to be very weak. Could, knock out the power, some tree damage, light roof damage. Not expecting anything very strong, but, best to have your alerts on down, especially southern Minnesota. Let me see the top back. I mean, like, I feel like I'm just thinning up here at the top. I feel like I'm thinning. My wife tells me I'm fine, but I don't know, maybe it's all in my head. Luckily there's not really a hair loss problem in my family, but who knows? My grandpa's 92 and still has a full head of hair. My mom's father. So that gives me hope. Because I read that that's typically like men a lot of the times get their hair gene from their mother's father. So I feel like it's looking good for me. But I don't know. I still think I'm thinning. You only hear music? Wait, is it that loud? Is the music that loud? Let me fast forward. I can't even hear it now.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
No sound except music?
New information. This severe thunderstorm
Can't hear you on
has been
TikTok?
updated.
Oh, 1 second. Stupid TikTok.
Attention.
Stupid TikTok
This
changed
severe
my mic
thunderstorm
settings.
warning has been issued.
Oh, lordy lord. Don't worry, we were just talking about if I was going bald or not, TikTok. That's all you missed. I said I feel like I'm thinning. That's literally what we were talking about. They're capping. No, yeah. I have a controller plugged in, for when I game. And the input was my controller instead of my mic on TikTok. Gamer over here. All right, listen. Let's get started. I don't think there's anything significant going on severe-wise. I'm going to turn off. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of you alerts. 60 mile per hour. I mean, there's some large hail. There's some very large hail up here in this area where you can't even get a good radar. Western North Dakota. Tor pause here. Let's take a little look-see, why don't we? Yeah, there's some, rotational shear out here. Not seeing anything that tells me that there's... Okay, yeah, look at that. Lots of shear out here, too. Large hail out there in western South Dakota. Really just hail. Large hail. Just max winds in any of these storms is 60. There's a couple tor pauses. We'll take a look at some of the tor pauses, see if we could get a tornado down. This is a little bit concerning right in here, out to the west of Manning, North Dakota. Doesn't look like there's anything right now, though. Just a bunch of thunderstorms with big hail out in the middle, out in areas with not a lot of people. Not that these areas are less important, but the odds that I don't know, the odds that anyone in on Buckhorn Road in western North Dakota is in my stream right now, I'd say it's probably 1 in 100,000. If you are, though, shout yourself out. I think we should do some forecasting. Loud and clear, sir. Nice. Should we do our stream intro? Well, I haven't done that in a while. I feel like I should do the stream intro. Let's go grab it. Give me a second. I feel like I should do the stream intro. Oh, what's going on my radar here? Give me a second. Let's look at what's going on in the tropics over here. Oh, another little... We're expecting a Cat 5 typhoon. Ooh. We're expecting a Cat 5 typhoon. Let me do something real quick. Add source. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to do something real quick. Add source. Why do I do this while I'm... Yeah, do that. Right side. You're going to see something huge pop up probably on my screen. Display capture right. Oh, no. That's the wrong screen. Let's go here. Nope, that's the wrong screen. Let's go there. There you go. Let's just have this as an option. Give me a second. Gotta give myself options. That'll do. All right. So look at this. Bavi. Category 2 typhoon. 970 millibar pressure. Expect it to become a Cat 5. Got another tropical storm out here as well. Out in the Pacific. Isn't going to bother anyone, though. Alrighty, anyways, let's get started. Let's run... Let's do this. Oh, actually... Is this... Yeah, this is going to take up the whole screen, isn't it? Screw it. Let's do it.
Ow. Take it to the bank, cash it. I'm always right. I've never been wrong about anything in my entire life. Everything I've ever said has come true.
Pretty much.
We look a lot at the moon.
There it is. They look at the moon for our winter forecast. We've had 4 or 5 wiener risk zones this week. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Daddy needs some coffee.
Bob donated $1,000 and says, Connor, you are the best weatherman, and you're very tall, smart, and handsome.
Thanks, Bob. Alrighty, and we're back. All right, crew or gang, as my grandpa says. He says it unironically. Here we go. Here's our outlook for today. Here's our outlook for tomorrow. Here's our outlook for Saturday. Here's our outlook for Sunday. There you go. I think that's all you need to know. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm just kidding. Storms aren't that bad tonight. Like I said, there's some large hail, but overall, none too much to worry about. Let me close down. Let me actually do this. Let me put this screen back up here. Getting into tomorrow, do the intro. Cat 5 on landfall. I don't think it's going to be a Cat 5 on landfall. We're going to get to the tropical update in a second. Tomorrow we're looking at an enhanced right over good old Omaha, Sioux City, Norfolk, and the areas right around you guys. Very nice, very nice. Little 2% Tor, 30% Sig 1 wind, and, ooh, look at that. Omaha's got a 2% Tor, 15% Sig 1 hail, and a 30% Sig wind. I bet you're going to get some potentially nice storms out there. Nice looking storms coming from the west. So yeah, you guys can see where the SIG is. So like, yeah, everyone could experience severe weather, but really central to western South Dakota and then central to northern, northeastern, east central Nebraska, you know, this is the area where the extra damaging, we'll call it, storms could be. Getting into day 3, this is our Saturday risk. Don't have anything, obviously we don't have tornado, hail, or wind outlook yet because it's day 3. Probabilistic, we're mainly looking at Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas, and then out there through portions of Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York. You guys know what's happening over here. Day 4, again, Mid-Atlantic. This should be fun. Day 4, slight in the Mid-Atlantic. Could we get an enhanced? Could we get a moderate in the Mid-Atlantic? A day 4 slight always has a chance of going moderate because day 3 slights aren't that rare, but once you get a day 4 slight, it needs to be somewhat volatile looking to the Storm Prediction Center to put a day 4 slight. So who knows? For the people who love severe weather, if you get lucky, you might get a moderate day out there on day 4. Day 4 slights almost always go enhanced. So that'll be interesting. That'll be Sunday. Here's our 4th of July. So I do want to break this down a little bit. Here, before we break down the severe weather tomorrow, let's quickly get into our tropical outlook. Not much going on out here in the Atlantic. No surprise. It's an El Nino. Tropical storm. Douglas. Good old Doug out here. He's going to do nothing. And it's not showing our typhoon because, I don't know, the NHG doesn't care about the Western Pacific. But let's quickly take a look at the satellite. Let's actually turn off alerts here. Let's quickly take a look at the satellite. I'm going to get all your questions here in a second, guys. And we're going to get back to talking about severe weather. What do I want to do? Let's go to clear, infrared. Obviously, tropical storm here. It's got a nice broad circulation, but it's just, well, that's the problem. It's not going to, it needs a tight circulation to do any sort of strengthening. The waters aren't ridiculously warm the further north it goes. Absolutely nothing happening in the Gulf and Caribbean and Western Atlantic, which is very weird. Well, there's a lot of shear out here, actually. But there's, like, very light shear in this region here. There's some good shear in the Caribbean. But this is, like, we're open for business. If any, like, tropical lows want to float up here, we're completely open for business. You have the waterways to yourself. Suck up all the hot water. Do your thing. Cat 5. It's right there. It's open. But there's no convection out here. There's no low. There's no circulation. And there's nothing even floating out here. So, but yeah, it's just surprising to see so much room for such a good developing area, during transitioning into a strong El Nino. But there's nothing there. All right. Lots of convection still out here. We're probably going to get more storms out in the Eastern Pacific. And yeah, quickly pushing over to my radar. We do have a typhoon. Probably pronouncing it wrong. Bobby. 103 mile per hour sustained winds, 126 mile per hour gusts, moving 14 miles per hour. It looks like directly west, 970 millibar pressure. So, course 275. Yeah, it's moving directly west. Expected to become a Cat 5. So, pretty impressive. Let's actually, let me break this down a little bit more. Shout out to my radar. Let's see. Let's break this down. Hurricane tracker. Spaghetti models. Let's turn them on. Some of these spaghetti models do have this storm pushing into Japan. Sorry, Taiwan. I lied. As potentially a major typhoon. Major hurricane, major typhoon, whatever, same thing. So, I mean, these are concerning. Pretty far out. You can see the GEFS is out here. I mean, these are all the GEFS members. So a lot have this thing going into Taiwan as a major typhoon. So that's not the best. This would be July 10th, so lots of time for things to change. This is 8 days out. So we'll have to watch that. Taiwan just had a hurricane slide up its coast. Sorry, typhoon. So silly. All right, and I want to get to everyone's questions, so let's quickly just roll through this. Weather Prediction Center, excessive rainfall outlooks. A lot going on in the upper Midwest and Midwest over the next 3 days, so pay attention to that. No significant, no moderate days or anything like that. Excessive rainfall, so nothing too crazy to worry about. At least you got a little bit of a break in the Ohio Valley. The flooding in Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois was crazy. You guys should be good for a little bit. CBC outlook, obviously it's going to be hot. July is going to be way hotter than May or June was. Obviously it's going to be hotter. It's July. July and August are the hottest months of the year. But I mean, like, above average wise, it's going to be the most above average month that we've had probably this entire year so far. Precipitation wise, looking like it's going to be pretty wet in the south and out east. As we push in further into July, we're going to struggle out west in the Rockies, and up north we're going to dry up likely as well. So interesting. Lots of alerts out west right now, and I'm guessing you guys, without even me clicking these, know what these alerts are for. Can you guys guess? It's pretty obvious. You probably were complaining about this all day today if you're in the Ohio Valley, if you're anywhere out here. Widespread heat warnings. We got a destructive thunderstorm warning. We got to go check that out in a second. Yeah, widespread heat, excessive heat warnings. Extreme heat warning, sorry. Extreme heat, heat advisory, extreme heat watch, all that type of stuff. What's going on here? We got fire down here, red flag warnings in Colorado as well. But yeah, this heat is going to last for another few days, at least the extreme heat. All right, that's pretty much it. I did just lastly want to just push through the HRRR tomorrow so you guys know what to expect. Let's take a look. Upper air, and then I'm just going to answer all your questions. Upper air pattern tomorrow. We could take a look at tomorrow and the next day, but we can just do it quickly. 00Z HRRR. Here's our 500 millibar jet. And there we go. You can tell why this is where our severe weather is. There's your kinks and your isobars, your short waves developing. There's some out here too. I feel like they put the severe threat down here. Taking a look at the 500, I feel like the severe threat out east is going to shift north, by the way. BT dubs. A little bit further north. We'll see what happens. Or is that where they put it, and am I just crazy? Oh, it is further north. Never mind. I agree with them. All right. I totally agree with them. They're very smart. Very smart people. And so interesting. Taking a look at the 850 tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Plains, Omaha, Sioux Falls area. Let's see. Getting into the afternoon and evening. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that low-level jet kicks on with a decent 500 millibar flow. There's going to be a lot of rotational shear out here. I think we're going to get a 5% tour. I think we could get a 5% SIG tour, but at least a 5% I think we're going to get tomorrow. Not that's nothing crazy, but I'm sure our cape's nice and tasty out here. Yeah, we're pushing 4,000 joules per kilogram of cape. Plenty. Let's take a sounding out here. Let's take a sounding right on Omaha, just because we want to scare everyone who lives in Omaha. Let's just take a sounding right on top of Omaha. All right. Come on. Nice little curved photograph. No capping. Moist down at the surface. Some good cape. Directional shear. Not too bad. Not a lot of surface shear. But like pretty much no inhibition. So yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to have trouble with these storms kicking on around Omaha. There's decent looking sounding. I mean, the velocities are low on the shear, but look at this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think we get a 5% out here tomorrow. All right. And last thing we'll do is we'll just push into the next day. HRRR. Well, here's the reflectivity in case you guys want to know when it looks like it's going to fire off. Boom, right there. 5 p.m., 6 p.m. We get some storms firing off across Nebraska. 6, 7. Okay, that's 6. This is 7. 6, 7, 8, 9. So, looks like these storms could be pushing through the Omaha region around 8 p.m. tomorrow. Sioux Falls is going to have to watch out between 5 and 9 as well. But we could have some storms out here, out east. I'm not really as concerned about the storms out east, but you could get a surprise severe storm, a pretty strong one out here across portions of the Mid-Atlantic, obviously, in New England. All right, just quickly pushing into the next day. Yeah, some nice storms on the reflectivity out here. I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow in my video. And then taking a look out west, you get some strong storms out here in central Kansas as we get into the evening hours. This is for Saturday. Hey, from Little Rock, Arkansas. Wow. Enjoy Arkansas. Yeah, you told me you were going there. Do you think Northeast Kansas will be a tornado risk Saturday? Potentially. Miss you, Matt. Let's take a look at our jet. Nice little jet. Short waves. Ripples in the jet. Northeast Kansas. Let's look at our 850. Not a very impressive. I mean, they're early afternoon. We got a nice little low-level jet rolling through there. We could take a sounding out here. Let's just do it. This is the last thing I'll do because I want to talk to you guys. Here, we'll see. This isn't Northeast Kansas, but it's close enough. Yeah, look, it's doing loop-de-loops. Tiny cap, some dry air at the low levels, but it's okay. Yeah, you'll probably be in a 2% up there in northeastern Kansas. Yeah. Drove 8 hours today. Well, listen, you're going to need to visit me soon, so you're going to need to do more driving. But if you visit me, I'll pay for your gas on the way here and on the way back. That's how I'm going to sell it to you. All right. We've got a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. I mean, almost 3-inch hail. Population 5 out here in west central North Dakota. And I was going to say, but the storm's moving east. This storm's probably moving at 2 miles per hour. Well, let's see what it says. It's going to say 15 miles per hour. It's moving slow. That's the only kind of significant storm we've got going on right now. It looks like all 60 mile per hour storms. There's a lot of large hail up in the Dakotas, but other than that, nothing too wild happening. I already did roll the intro. Should I roll the speed round? Should I roll the speed round now, guys? Let's roll the speed round, and let's do it.
Speed round initiating.
Okay, who has questions? You know, speed round is for when I answer questions really quickly, but there's not much going on. You know what I mean? You know what? You guys don't even have to ask questions about weather. Just ask general questions. I'll answer them as quickly as I can. I really only know about weather, though. Like, don't ask me anything about, like, I'm trying to think. You know what? Ask me anything. Go. Ask away. What should I name my next child? No, I'm just kidding. No one said that. I would say Connor anyways. Climate Corner. And then whatever your last name is. Wait. Oh, yeehaw! Ride 'em, cowboy. Thanks, Morgan. I missed it. Sorry. I missed the gift. Morgan, Jasmine, B. Wait, I always forget if it's Jasmine or Yasmin. Remember when I thought my surgery would fix my memory? And then my memory didn't get better, and I realized that it had nothing to do with my elevated calcium levels. Just was because I was stupid. That was a tough pill to swallow. Let's see. Wait, how many Red Bulls do you think a day? How do you drink a day? If I'm being completely honest, 3 to 4. But I have the Red Bulls that are only like 80 or 90 milligrams of caffeine. So it's like a little over. It's like 300, 350. I don't know, 350. I was gonna say joules per kilogram. 350 milligrams of caffeine. Oh my god, my head is stuck in the weather world. But then I take pre-workout too, because I go to the gym 4 days a week. So the days when I drink my pre-workout too, yeah, those are heavy caffeine days, because my pre-workout's like 300 milligrams. Would you ever do storm chasing? Oh, 1,000%. If my wife would let me. She's my boss though. I have 2 bosses. Her and then my 9 to 5 boss. Except for she doesn't pay me. And I still have to do what she says. She is a great mom, though. And I love her. I drink like 1 here and there after getting too... Yeah, 1 here and there is not bad. I'm hyper tonight because I went to the gym late. So I took a ton of pre-workout and had a quick workout and then got back here and got on. So I'm got a pump from the gym and I still got pre-workout running through me. And actually, I do need another Red Bull. Hold up. One second. Hold up. I feel like B is your third boss. Yeah, well, I just go to her when I need a vent about Climate Corner stuff and what else? And when I need ideas and when I need her to tell me if something's actually cool or not, because I think everything I do is cool, but I need someone to bring me back down to earth. Is this a 4-hour stream tonight? If there was like interesting stuff going on, 100%, I would stream all night. I mean, I don't have work tomorrow, so I do have a car appointment at 7:50 a.m. though. Monster Rehab, yeah, I like the white monsters. I'm only really doing sugar-free drinks right now. I feel like, you know, pumping myself with caffeine is enough. I shouldn't be adding sugar on top of that. Yes, Jasmine. Yes, you. Yes. You in the back? You in the back? Oh, I need my little pointy finger. It's Nicole, actually. I just read that. Yes, Nicole? Where's the birthday merch for your mods? Just message me. I'm so flaky with Snapchat because I have so much going on. I always forget to check Snapchat. My wife gets on me about that too, because my wife snaps me like 50 times a day and I never open it, and it's just because I'm busy. Just slide into my Discord DMs with exactly what you want and your address, and it'll be there, like 1,000%. Yo, what did you think of the storm system that missed the White House at the UFC fights? I will say, man, those storms parted around the White House. I was pretty lucky. Some say it was active government. I think it was. Oh, Guff. God, you meant to say. I thought you were saying like active government. I think it was just luck. I mean, those storms were always supposed to be scattered / isolated. So there was always a chance that the storms were going to miss. It's not like it was a huge squall line coming for the White House and then it just like parted like the Red Sea. It was scattered thunderstorms. There were tons of areas in the mid-Atlantic that literally saw no rain at all, no thunderstorms at all that night. You know? New car, what? Monster Moco Loco? What's that? Is that the coffee one? Yeah, it makes more believable. Yeah, it was always supposed to be scattered. Because I remember looking at it and being like, there's a chance that the storms don't hit the White House, but they still got pretty lucky. Lots of lightning out here over Chicago. All these storms are in pretty unpopulated areas. This looks like it's probably going to be upgraded to a considerable damage wind threat. We're getting some high velocities in southwestern Nebraska right now. I want to take a look at the long-term pattern here. Let's go to the GFS. And let's go to... Let's just take a look at the long-term pattern. What's going to happen here? Your 500 millibar shows you everything you need. You don't need to look at anything else. It shows you where the severe weather is going to be when you see kinks in the isobar. It shows you where the heat's going to be when you see these high pressure circles. It shows you where your cool air is going to be when you start to see this happen. Troughs, that's where your cool air is going to be. So it's, you know, that's all you need to look at. That was an impressive trough, by the way. Okay, so a zonal flow. A zone of flow. We're going to continue to see severe weather up in this region, at least through the first half of July. I can tell you that right now by how this is looking. If the GFS is on to anything. This could actually be this is far out, but this would be a spicy day for the places that don't want it anymore. Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Kentucky. Spicy severe weather day. That's out towards the 9th of July. Nice day out here for the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast too. And then we're in La La Land, but this is a crazy look. This is a crazy look. We'd probably be 20 to 30 degrees below average out in the Ohio Valley if we got this type of look. You don't see these type of wild amplified troughs out east in the summer. This is pretty far out though. This is 282 hours out, but that would be wild. And then it repeats. Oh my gosh. And then this high, oof, this would be terrible for the West too. Non-stop heat across the Rockies. The GFS is doing wild things. The GFS is doing wild things. Lots of severe weather up north. A big heat wave headed for the West. Cold pattern headed for the East as you get towards the 3rd week of July. But there's a lot of time for this stuff to change. Lots of time. Will we actually be getting good winds tomorrow in Buffalo? I need a branch to come down. Just get up there and chop it down. Let's see. Let's just go and take a look at HRRR. Let's see. I mean, you've got a nice 500 jet above your head. What's happening closer to the surface at the 925? Yeah, you could have some windy conditions. Let's look at our wind gusts out in Buffalo tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Coming off the lake at 40 miles per hour. Yeah. You could have isolated 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts probably tomorrow out there in Buffalo. I mean, you know, if this is a storm that's producing 65 mile per hour gusts, but what's the sustained winds potentially out there tomorrow? You could have a period of sustained 15 to 20 mile per hour winds, which is pretty nice. Let's see. Do we have any rotation out here? If we take a look at the MRMS, any significant areas of rotation? Nothing popping up. A little bit out here. No. Some rotation north of Des Moines. What's happening out here, guys? Seeing some instant rotation in here to the northeast of Des Moines. I don't see it on the single site velocity, though. Nothing interesting. I'm kind of sick and tired of Dakota severe weather, I'm not going to lie. There was a cricket in the house and I lost it. Careful, it might be crawling up your shirt. If he ignores his wife on Snap, then the test. Listen, it's an accident. Then the rest of us don't stand a chance. Yeah. I think I keep turning notifications off on Snapchat by accident, or it's doing it itself. I'm not sure. Appreciate you, Palmer. I got one new follower on TikTok. You're the GOAT. Ever since I've started my multi streaming, I just can't pull numbers on TikTok anymore. Look at this. I'm elevating my content, but TikTok hates me. Stop it. Yeah, you know, I wish there was more to talk about. Maybe I can call it an early night, and then I can actually get up and post a video tomorrow morning. A detailed, lengthy video of... I was going to say I could do a July outlook, like what do we expect in the month of July, but like, it's summer. It's like the outlook's going to be pretty boring. It's going to be like heat and scattered thunderstorms. No hurricanes because it's an El Nino. It's not going to be a very interesting outlook. Well, mid-July could get interesting, but it's too far out for me to lock that in. TikTok hates everyone, it seems, yeah. I'm nervous about Omaha, Nebraska tomorrow. Omaha could get interesting tomorrow. I think you're going to get upgraded to a 5% tour. You're currently a 2% tour. But I still think if you get a tornado out there, EF1, EF0 is EF0, EF1 is most likely what you're going to see. Significant, strong EF2 or EF3 tornado isn't super likely anywhere tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised to see 3 or 4 weak tornadoes out there tomorrow, though, which can do damage. But they're not, I wouldn't call them necessarily life-threatening as long as you pay attention and are inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this person said the atmospheric 180 is on the way this month. Yeah, it's going to be super hot in the beginning, and then a weird cool down could be coming for the Ohio Valley and out east, really for the plains out east, the second half of July. A really weird cool down. And that's the hottest time of the year, second half of July. You know, that like third week of July through the first week of August. We could actually get a setup that below average temperatures during that time frame, and we would miss the main heat during summer, which would be nice. God, what is my algorithm on X? My X is usually all weather stuff, and I was just scrolling through X to see if there's any interesting weather stories, and it's like all weird stuff. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing that interesting going on, guys. Boring. You potentially not. Potentially you won't feel like you're melting on your birthday. It's Nicole today because Connor doesn't know my real name. Oh my gosh. Give me a break. It's just, you know, pronunciation is hard for me. We all know this. Spelling, like the English language, words, all that stuff is hard for me. I'm a science guy. Science and math. I failed my English FCAT 2 years in a row. They wanted to hold me back, and my parents were like, he's got A's in everything else. I got perfect score. Perfect score on my math FCAT, and then I couldn't pass my English one. And then each year the principal would have to sign a piece of paper to let me not get held back. All because of my English. Now I did improve. I did improve junior and senior year. I focused on it. I have the type of ADD that just doesn't let me focus on I can't stand reading. It was my parathyroid. Yeah. It was my I did think it was my parathyroid, but apparently it wasn't. Had a few tiny drops of rain and one rumble of thunder here. Ooh, take shelter. Just kidding. Words are hard. I live in New Jersey. Fourth. Yeah, you think we're gonna See any severe thunderstorms in central Jersey on the 4th? Maybe. Let's take a look at that. Yes, someone gave me something to do. Let's take a look at it. Slight risk, probabilistic 15. There's going to be storms out there. We'll take a look at the HRRR because it won't be as scary, and then we're going to take a look at the scary Rufus. But let's take a look at the HRRR first. You know what? We're just going to go straight to the reflectivity. We're not going to beat around the bush. Straight to the reflectivity. We're cheating. Updraft helicity. Reflectivity. And let's check what's happening. Here's our storms around 2, 3. I mean, storms could initiate as early as 1 or 2 p.m. right now, the HRRR thinks, on the 4th through New Jersey. Now, this would be perfect. You would have maybe the chance of a scattered storm between 2 and 3, and then it would be clear throughout almost the rest of the night, all the way till about 7. But yeah, it's going to be afternoon, early evening. That wouldn't be the best. Let's take a look at the Rufus. The Rufus is probably going to do something crazy, like it always does. Here's the 4th, morning, afternoon. See, the Rufus doesn't put any strong storms into New Jersey until at least 6 p.m. So actually the Rufus delays. But oh my gosh, the popcorn out here is crazy. Lots of isolated cells. You can get something strong up there. But the Rufus model delays the storms until after 6 p.m., which potentially, hey, the Rufus is right sometimes. That would be really good for you guys. So is the 4th ruined for Kansas? Well, here's the 4th. The Rufus really is pretty nice to Kansas until about 8 p.m. on the 4th. So the day is actually very nice. Some like light showers up north. Nothing really other than some light showers up through this region right here on the Rufus until pretty much late evening. But HRRR, let's take a look, because I'm not going to do like a whole... We'll just look at the reflectivity right now. The HRRR is not nice. Is not nice to Kansas on the 4th. The entire morning is a washout, thunderstorms. But, well, it does... Yeah, the HRRR is putting a lot of thunderstorms through Kansas on the 4th, but the Rufus isn't, so... Models don't completely agree on the timing there as well. There's a chance that it's not too bad, though. How's the South looking? Any relief? If you're talking heat, not for a while. Unfortunately. Let's take a look, actually, at our Rufus. Let's take a look at the next about 84 hours. And let's go to... Can I get my temperature anomalies in here? Yeah, I'm going to have to go to National Blend. NBM. Hello? 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 Where's my anomalies? All right, we'll just go to the Euro. Did they move stuff? I feel like they moved stuff. All right, here's our temperature anomalies. Above average, above average. I mean, you get nice and cool on the 5th, but I feel like this is storms. This isn't cool air. I feel like this is dynamic cooling. Like if we were to go and take a look at the actual precipitation, yeah, that's storms. That's not like a cold front or anything. So that's not relief. That's all storms. Oof. Wow, the Euro has a very, very wet pattern for the southeast. Getting into the second week of July. Holy crap. Let me look at total QPF. Let's take a look at this. Quiet. Look what happens after the 4th in the south. Well, this area. In Florida. A lot of rainfall. It's going to be humid. Yeah, very wet pattern out east on the Euro as we get to the second week of July. I'll take the storms. Yeah. Sometimes that's the only way to get heat relief. That track says Oklahoma has rainstorms on the 5th. Yeah, that would track because they're moving down south. Kansas will get them first. You go to the beach on the 15th? Right when we could get a nice big cool down. Although, listen, 20 degrees below average, you know, in the Ohio Valley and down in the southeast in late July is like still the 70s. Because that's when everyone's averaging like 88 to 90 degrees. All right, I'm going to call it. And I'll have a video up early in the morning. Well, oh crap. I have my stupid car appointment at 7:50 a.m. No. I'm going to get this posted before my car appointment. 100%. 100%. And we're going to be doing another stream tomorrow. Maybe a midday stream. Just for fun. You know what? On boring days like this, we got to think about some other ideas. I want to get, some more. I want to do some more interactive streams. Take a look at some other stuff. Maybe we could do more forecasting across the globe. You know? Who knows? Let me know if you guys have any interesting ideas for streams in Discord. Or maybe I should just do IRL streams, right, guys? I'll become an IRL streamer. Maybe gaming streams. Listen, I would love to do gaming streams, but I just wouldn't put that on this channel. I would love to do it. I'm doing playthroughs now. I have a Twitch that I'm doing playthroughs on, and then once I have a playthrough, I'm doing The Witcher 3 right now, and then I'm gonna do Skyrim because I've never played either of those. And once I do the full playthrough, I'm gonna take the VODs and throw them on my gaming channel. It's gonna be awesome. Weather lessons. That's true. Because I've been talking about. I posted those 2 videos, and I wanted to start with doing severe weather, lessons and education and stuff like that. And then I just got busy and I stopped. I could just do them on stream. That's true. Nice. You see, that's why you get paid the big bucks, Purple. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Weather EDU. Ooh. That's a good idea. Okay, so when Skyrim was came out and was getting all this hype, I jumped on it and I probably put about 20-30 minutes into it. And I was just like, at a busy point in my life. I guess I'm always busy, but I just forgot to go back and play it. But my brother played it and was like, it's the best game ever. And I just never went back. So technically I've played it for like 20 minutes. But that's it. One of my favorite games ever that I actually want to replay because they made it so much better is Cyberpunk 2077. It went from being the most hated game ever to now like one of the most loved games ever because they apologized for releasing a trash game and then spent 6 months making the game amazing. I want to replay that. Hogwarts Legacy. I gotta do a playthrough. I played it a little bit, but they're about to release a new Hogwarts Legacy, and it's going to be they confirmed it's going to be connected to the Hogwarts HBO series. The game is going to actually be directly connected to the HBO series, which is sweet. You played till you took an arrow to the knee, probably. All right, everyone, have a great night. Hopefully a bunch of people aren't working tomorrow. I know my hospitality folks definitely are. And I'll have a video up early in the morning, and I'll try to do just a chill daytime stream to talk about some stuff. Appreciate y'all being in here. Whoever's birthday I missed, who's a mod, just DM me what you want. Just all I need is the address to ship to, and then the item and the size of the item, and it will be shipped to your house. Get on it. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. See ya.